So, without wasting any time, I think we should proceed on that. Did you get the PowerPoint slide that I sent you?
Okay, just wait a minute. Let me open this
Okay,
slide.
okay, sure. I'll check if any other members are willing to join us.
So how is your preparation going?
It is okay in my opinion, but I don't really know. I'm doing the preparation for reading and listening in the afternoon, and last night I did a writing task, so it is
Okay.
quite.
So you are going to take the computer-based or paper-based?
I've booked the exam for paper-based exam.
Okay.
So the last time you took the exam, was it on the computer or on the paper?
Last time I took paper. That time we have no option of
Okay,
computer-based.
okay. I'm feeling if the computer-based would have been a better option as far as the writing tasks are concerned, but
Yeah, it is better for the reading part and the writing part. Like it's
yeah,
the listening part gets a bit tricky because you don't have additional time for checking your answers.
okay. So one has to listen and write at the same time.
Yeah. You just get, I think, 1.5 minutes after the exam for really checking the answers.
Okay, that is true. That is also. So we can write anything on the question paper, can't we?
Yeah, you can write anything.
Okay.
I mean, anything,
Not like anything, but if,
not anything, just, I mean, anything related to your question. I can, you are
yeah,
allowed to.
yeah, I was talking about that. So if in the reading task I'm given the passages, I can underline the words as much as I
Y-
like, right?
Yeah. It's okay. It's definitely okay. You can do anything you want.
So okay, that's a good liberty then.
I
So
don't know about how in your country it's going to take. You know, the
the rules.
before each and every part, there will be people who will be guiding you. Uh,
Okay, so
how
we shall be
yeah, how
guided
it's going
for
to be.
every exam.
Yeah, I mean, there will be people in front of you who will be guiding you throughout the exam,
Okay,
whether you should, I mean, where you can write, where you cannot write, this sort of things. They
okay,
will be instructing you.
okay. That is good. So first of all, I need to be fully prepared from my side. Then it
Yeah.
would not matter much, I guess. I think we are not going to get any more participants. So if you are ready, then we can start. So today I want you to be my examiner and conduct the test
Okay.
the same way that we did previously. Will that be okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I have not done that before, so I don't know how am I going to do that.
I
Or
I had not done that before as well. So the last time was my first time actually acting as an examiner. So
okay,
you can try. It
okay,
won't.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can give it a try.
Okay. I think the PowerPoint is clear enough.
Yeah, it's clear. Um, Let me read it one time. Okay, let me finish. Okay. So what's your name?
My name is Divya Darshan Tiwari, and you can call me Divya.
Okay. Can I see your identification, please?
Yeah, sure. Here's my passport.
Okay. Thank you. So let's talk about um, oh, what do you work?
So, by profession, I am a mechanical engineer, and I have been working as an HVAC engineer, which stands for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning. I carry out the drafting and designs of all the HVAC components, and I also make the on-site visits to the under construction buildings, and I also conduct meetings with the clients. I report the daily activities to my project manager, and I commission the whole site after the completion of the work.
So how do you usually contact your friends?
Contacting the friends, I generally use I generally use the social media to contact my friends because it does not cost any money. And if my friends are not in the social media, I use their phone numbers to contact them.
Do you prefer to contact different people in different ways?
Actually, yes, because I have met different kind of people up until now in my life. Some were known to me because of my profession, and some of the people that I've known have been my friends since my childhood. So there are different modalities for me to contact different people that I've known, that I have been in contact with up until now.
Do you find it easy to keep in contact with friends and family? Why and why not?
I generally find it quite hard to contact my friends and families because I am an introvert person, and I'm not used to talking much with friends and families apart from any concern work as such. So it is very hard for me, and I'm working on that nature because such type of behavior shall not take me anywhere, might it be professionally or on a social note. So for now, I find it difficult, but I hope I can work on that and make it easier for me and the people around me.
In your country, did people in the past keep in contact in the same ways as they do today?
I would say no, because along with the time, the behavior of the people have changed, and the changes has been due to their social status, the education they have been given by their family, the way they have been growing up. Previously, people used to be more friendlier than I find them now because everyone is occupied by their own lives, their own problems, and their own busy schedule as of now, rather than it was previously. And physical meetings were happening more often previously, whether it be in the festivals or meetups or family gatherings, but it is quite a rare sight as of now.
Okay. So now we will start part two. In the part two,
Okay.
uh, I will give you a topic, and you will have 1 minute to prepare your answer. And after that, you have to talk about it.
Sure.
So, shall I continue?
Okay.
So, describe a party that you enjoyed, and your answer should say whose party it was and what it was celebrating, what the where the party was held, and who went to it, what people did during the party, and explain what you enjoyed about this party. You have 1 minute to prepare your answer.
Okay. Shall I write now?
Yeah, you can. So your 1 minute preparation time has been completed.
Okay.
Please give me
Shall I-
back up pen and pencil, and you can start your answer now.
So the party that I recall to visit was a party thrown by my boss, the boss of the company which I've been working on. It was the party reception party of his son's marriage, and most of the staffs of the organization were invited. It happened in a big party palace, one of the biggest and the most expensive party palaces in the whole country. The particular thing that I remember about the party was people getting drunk and showing their true colors, whether it be higher level staff from the HR or the technicians. The one particular incident that I remember is that one of the technicians actually grabbed the collar of my boss, which is a funny thing because he was the one who fed him the alcohol. There was a party which happened 2 or 3 months ago. So that was a typical adult party. The parties that I remember from my childhood were generally more about food, where we celebrated the birthdays of our friends, and it was rather not about the intoxicating substances, but it was more about enjoying dancing and fun. Well, in the future, I do not think that I shall be attending so much parties because of the current situation. The COVID has brought about of an awareness for minimizing the gathering of the people, and I myself have declining interest of joining the parties because people tend to ask many questions about the future in the parties. So I'm thinking of isolating myself from parties in the future.
Okay, so we can move now to section three.
Okay.
Um, let's talk about family parties. What do you think? What are the main reasons why people organize family parties in your country?
My country is basically a small third world nation, but the people do not bear such mentality. And people are more focused on showing off rather than celebrating with their family members. Most of them show off with their expensive cars and jewelries, while the other like to show off by bringing in expensive alcohol into the party. It used to be fun, but nowadays it is all about flamboyancy, and I do not like to involve in such parties because it is no more fun actually.
In some places, people spend a lot of money on parties that celebrate special family events. Is this ever true in your country?
I think the question was made by taking my country into reference because it is actually the case in my country. People seem to be throwing a lot of money into the parties because throwing a lot of money is a way of showing off that you have a lot of money. It is not my problem, but it actually creates a pressure to the people who are attending the parties so that they have to spend the equivalent amount of money in the parties that they hold in the future. For me, the party should be about gathering and talking, the elders giving directions to the younger children enjoying with each other and trying to solve a problem if any of the members are going through one, but it is not the case. The parties are contrasting my beliefs of what actually a party should be.
Do you think this is a good trend or bad trend?
But if you have the money, then there is no such problem in spending because it is your money and you can do whatever you like with that. But as far as I'm concerned, the money could be used and collected for the money can be used in the future if certain family members require some lump sum amount of money to solve their problems. The problems might be regarding health or education. I do not think that it is a good way of spending money, but it is just my opinion.
Okay. Are there many differences between family parties and parties given by friends? Why do you think this is?
Sorry, I would like to
Are there many differences between family parties and parties given by friends? Why do you think
given
this
my
is?
friends.
Yeah, the parties given by family and the parties given by friends.
Okay.
What's the difference?
So the
Are there any differences?
so the basic difference, yeah, I find a lot of differences in the parties which are thrown by the friends and the parties organized by the family members because the elderly people are the ones who are throwing a party amidst the families, but the friends who share the similar economic background as yours are throwing the parties. And family parties require some festivals or some events, but the parties organized by the friends do not require such. And as a matter of fact, I think the parties involving friends is more fun because one can show their true self, and parties thrown by the families are a bit horrific as far as I am concerned because too many people are interested about knowing your life, and you get some marriage proposals from the aunties, is a,
Okay.
which is an attack to your personal space. So there are some differences, but I like the parties with the friends more.
Okay. Uh, why do you think some people think that national celebrations are a waste of government money? Would you agree or disagree with this view? And why?
I partly agree with the view that the national celebrations are a waste of government money because the government money is the sum of tax which is collected from us citizens, and spending it on building the infrastructures for the country and raising more employment opportunities would be a proper way of celebrating the national festivals rather than spending on spending on some spending it rather than wasting the money on the useless celebrations that last for a couple of days. It is actually employing some individuals, even if it lasts for a couple of days, because some workers are benefiting from it. But from a country, from a country's perspective, the money is getting wasted because it is not getting invested as such. And without investment, there is no such return. And had it been invested, then the National Day would have been considered as a great by our future generation as well.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
So how was it? I don't think I
Uh,
didn't think it was that good.
yeah. I mean, considering, I think it's the first time you were facing
Yeah,
that
actually,
interview.
first time.
Considering then, yeah, it was good. But I think what I think that yeah,
Yeah.
uh, the fluency was missing. You need to work on the fluency, and
Okay.
the answers were, yeah, the answers have to be more, yeah, it's need to be elaborated, but in a composed way. They were, I mean, the story was missing. You were putting sentence one after one, but the story was missing, I would say.
Okay. So I had a lot of discontinuities then.
Yeah, I mean, you were just elaborating your answers. I mean, inputting information, but the one thing is that the cohesion or the overall story, what you were trying to say, that was missing. I would say.
Okay.
Yeah,
Actually, I tried to tell a lot of things, so it,
yeah. I just we always try to elaborate our answers, because that's what all the YouTubers say that you have to
yeah,
elaborate your answers. Yeah.
it was good. It was a good experience. So, do you want me to organize the same session for you right now? We can do that.
Uh, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, we can.
Okay, I do have the file. Where was it? So I shall make some changes because you might have prepared something in your mind while interviewing me.
Yeah,
Is
I think if you choose a different topic, that would be better.
I shall use the same questions, but I will involve my own changes, which you will not know. All right, it will be good.
Okay.
Okay, okay, give me a second then. Give me a second. I actually have the file. Where is it? I choose entirely different from them. I'm actually using a Cambridge book model, so
Yeah, that would be fine.
we did with this one. Reading passage, reading passage three. Where is speaking? Writing task, speaking. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Rashid. So I'm
Yeah.
your examiner for today.
Okay.
Could you please introduce yourself?
I am Rashid Ahmed. I am an engineer by profession. You can call me Rashid.
Okay. Could I please see your identification document that you use for this
Yeah,
IELTS?
yeah. Here it is.
Okay. Here we go. So, Rashid, we shall proceed to part one of your speaking test. What kind of things make you laugh?
Uh, I'm a kind of person that loves to love, but there are uh, only a certain. I would say that. Ah, sorry. Can we start again from
Okay.
the beginning?
So, tell me about kinds of things that make you laugh.
Okay. Yeah. As a person, I love to love anyone making a joke or telling a funny stories uh, and watching a funniest incident. That all thing make me laugh.
Do you like making other people laugh? Why? Why not?
I would love to make people laugh, but as a person, I think that I'm not funny. I'm a kind of person who enjoys to be sit in the corner rather than be in the middle, taking the position of amusing others. Of course, I would love to be the reason of others people love, but that's not my type, I would say.
Do you think it's important for people to laugh? Why? Why
Yes,
not?
I think it's really important for the people to love because the scientists also say that the more you love, the more healthier you are. Uh, Laughter releases the stress. Uh, After a rough day, when people do have some time of laughter, it really improves their mood and make them stable and healthy, I would say. So it's very important to have laughter in the life.
Okay. Is laughing the same as feeling happy? Do you think?
Yes, most of the cases, I would say the laughing is feeling happy because as a human, uh, we laugh on the events that make us happy for the most of the time. Of course, there are some. events that make us laugh, which is not also making us happy. But for the most of the time, I think it's because we are happy. That's why we laugh.
Okay, so after this, we shall be moving to the second part of the session. You will have to talk about the topic for 1 to 2 minutes. You have
Okay.
1 minute to think about what you are going to say, and you can make some notes to help you if you wish. So the question is, you have to describe an idea you had for improving something at work or college. For that, you can say
Sorry. Can you repeat?
you have to describe an idea that you had for improving something at your work or college. Did you get the question?
Yeah, I got it.
You should include when and where you had your idea, what your idea was, who you told your idea, and explain why you thought your idea would make an improvement. Shall I repeat those?
No, I think it's okay.
Okay, so you have 1 minute to write. I shall stop you when the time is over. Your allocated time has been completed. Start when you're
Okay.
ready.
As I have said earlier before that I'm an engineer. I do work in a power distribution company. So there is something in my workplace that I would like to implement. Um, the idea is that if I introduce GIS based mapping system in the electricity distribution network, that would be a very good. That may be a very good thing for the company. Uh, so let me elaborate what is GIS. GIS is a geographical information system. It basically inputting information of your um, why I think it's important because as a distribution entity, you need to have uh, the location of your um, network of your consumers. You need to have a very good idea about uh, what is there and where it is, and it would be it would make it easier for the future planning of the company and the and help uh, make the company a better distribution company. So I think it's an idea that should be implemented. I got the idea of the GIS-based network when I was in my university. In my university, I had a course on GIS, and when there was a lecture, I heard that the teacher saying that GIS can also be implemented in many other utility organizations. So the thing was in my mind. So when I have came to work in that place, I thought that this thing I can implement in my workplace, and that would be uh, very good inclusion in the company for the betterment of the and good service. So yeah.
Okay then. Now we shall proceed to the part 3 of our speaking session. The topic that we shall be discussing is ideas and education. So Some people think that education should be about memorizing the important ideas of the past. Do you agree or disagree with the sentence, and why?
I would say that I would disagree, mostly disagree with the statement because I think, uh, yes, we need to learn from the past. We need to have the ideas that the past scholars have identified. But I think that education should not be about memorizing anything. It should be about understanding the ideas and knowing how to implicate it in the daily life to solve problems.
Should education encourage students to have their own ideas? Why?
Yes, I think education encourage students to generate ideas. As a student, I have uh, throughout my education, I have I learned how to think, and thinking always generates ideas, new ideas. Um, and I have seen many of my friends who came up with brilliant ideas, and I think that's because of their education. So yes, I think education influence people and uh, give them the creativity for the new innovations.
How do you think teachers could help students to develop and share their own ideas?
Yes, I think the teachers definitely have a very important role to play here. Um, if the teacher is the person who actually opens the window of the world uh, to the students. So when the teacher is well educated and open to the many ideas, the things also can be transferred to the student. So yes, teacher have to a very important role to play here.
So, the next topic is ideas in the workplace. Do you think people sometimes dislike ideas just because they are new? Why?
Yes, I think I mostly agree with the statement. That's it's a human nature that we get frightened, we get scared of the new things, the unknowns, because we are just not habituated with the ideas. Yes, there are people who are open to new ideas, but most peoples are they don't feel good about new ideas because they are just used to the old and they are habituated to the old ideas, and they like to be in that comfort zone and don't like to go out that comfort zone to implementing the new idea.
What is more difficult, having new ideas or putting them into practice? Which is more important for a successful company?
I think the harder part is to implement that idea because uh, many people come up with many ideas every day. Every day, there are millions of ideas have been generated. New ideas have been generated, but what uh, difficult is to implement that ideas in the real life because there are so many constraints, so many things need to be considered when implementing that ideas. So yeah, that's the hardest part. And for the betterment of the society, I think implementations of the new ideas is more important because that's what gives you the result, and you get to see the changes you want to see through implementing your ideas.
Okay, that was the end of the session, and thank you. So the
So
general,
how was it?
it was good. It was good. It was the questions were like from different dimensions, so you took them well, I think. And
Yeah.
one of the
Okay.
things that, yeah,
Yeah.
I have written a couple of things that could help you. So you use too many "ors" in your sentence, like you start your sentence with and when you are pausing, then you use a couple of "ors." I think that you should try working on that because I used to have a
Okay.
lot of those as well, but I have started to insert some pause rather than the "ors" and "ums."
Because we have to process things in our mind.
Yeah, I know that. I know that very well. So that is the one thing, and you need to work somewhat on your pronunciation as well because in the first part you were mispronouncing the word laugh. You were pronouncing it as love. So
Okay.
that that is the problem there. And paraphrasing is required as well. You are
Yeah.
just reciting the same thing which was asked in the question.
Questions. Okay.
And the other thing, you used a word habituated. So that is, I don't think that is a word. I think you should use habitual.
Okay.
There are a couple of words. So
And
and
have I crossed the 2 minutes?
yeah, timing wise, you were better than the previous time. So I think the confidence is growing. And the same thing, like you, I think you are better than me as far as the cohesion was concerned. And we both need to work on our fluency
Yeah.
because word delivery
Yes.
is not so not such a strong aspect of ours.
Yeah. We think we can make us
And
better with more
yeah,
practice.
it will get better. That's not a worry. So that is that. I think
Okay.
that in,
Thank you.
in this particular section, the questions were a bit, I don't know. In the test that you took of me, the questions were somewhat related and it went on a flow. But this time, the questions were from various different
No,
topics.
I think it was okay for me.
Yeah. Okay. That's nice.
Okay.
So I shall do the same thing, upload in the YouTube and put it on, and you can watch it later
Okay.
if you have time. Okay. Thank you, Rashid.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
Thank
cooperation.
you. Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.